I feel it's a big red flag when
that would put me off completely.
Give me an educated man.
I think I was a good person.
The best quality in a life partner. Biggest regret in a relationship.
You should be well educated.
it's not always that gonna be the perfect person.
You can go home and you can feel you can be yourself. ये तो हमें भी नहीं पता.
हमें तुमसे प्यार कितना.
Your favorite Bollywood love story?
Rajput Nargis. I love their movies.
Is there a particular movie that you like?
Avara.
दिलवाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे. I just loved it. I just thought it was an amazing story, especially the part where they say Simran जी ले अपनी जिंदगी. I just love that.
Lagan. I love Bhuvan and Gauri together, and there was this like third person and how their kind of love unfolded, and he ultimately chose Gauri, the right one.
Your favorite love song?
हमें तुम्हें प्यार कितना ये हम नहीं जानते.
जब कोई बात बिगड़ जाए, जब मुश्किल पड़ जाए, तुम देना साथ मेरा मेरे हमनवा.
My favorite love song is La Vie en Rose by Edith Piaf.
Can you please sing it for us?
हमें तुमसे प्यार कितना ये हम नहीं जानते, मगर जी नहीं सकते तुम्हारे बिना. हमें तुमसे प्यार.
No, sorry. This is skipped a generation.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose.
A piece of advice from your mother that stayed with you?
A little bit of compromise and not to go to bed angry. And step back a little bit when there's an argument. Step back and go back to it in a couple of hours.
I remember what she told me was, you have a lot of sister-in-laws. I just really came to a very large family. And they'll all be talking about others and they'll be talking to you about others. You should listen to them, but you don't talk about anybody. She told me at that time. That was good because you don't know who's going to carry it forward. You don't know who's going to keep it there, who's going to carry it forward and tell that person. So you don't talk about anybody. Let them come and talk to you about anybody. That was one advice she gave.
She told me recently that when you get married, it's not always that it's gonna be the perfect person, but it's gonna be a person that you can make it work with. And she said that you have to find someone who's right and that you're ready to kind of go through challenges with together.
The best quality in a life partner?
He has to be gentle, he has to be caring, he has to be sensitive to your feelings.
I think if he can make the home a safe place and can listen to whatever you say without judgment, I think that would be the best quality. Not judgmental at all. You can go home and you can feel you can be yourself.
Honesty, fidelity, and sense of humor.
The most important thing to consider before marrying somebody?
The family, of course, the family support should be there in case there's any problem. And you should be a well-educated, well-brought-up child with good values. I would think that's important.
If my dadi likes him.
For us, education was really important and I stick to that. I think, give me an educated man and for me that would be most important, more than anything else.
Arranged marriage or love marriage?
I would say arranged marriage because parents are much more experienced. They know people much better than you. They will look into many things that you would overlook. They will look into many things that you will oversee because you're maybe fallen in love with his personality or whatever, but they will see to many other aspects of life which are important.
I think both work. You have to work at any marriage to make it work. And if you find love before marriage, good. You'll find love after marriage, great. You have to make it work. Both work.
Arranged marriage.
One secret to any relationship becoming successful?
Based on what I saw from my parents and the models that I've had in my life, I think when you have arguments, what I always saw was it was always very constructive. It was arguments, but it was never mean-spirited. And you could always tell that you were fighting to get somewhere together as opposed to fighting against one another.
I think I was a good person. Like we made compromises. I made compromise. He compromised too. As I told you before that we had a very large age difference. So he was kind of always gentle and nice to me because it's not choti hai, But I got along well. I did well with his family too.
Give and take. A little bit give, a little bit take, and I think be respectful at any given point in time. They are friends. Your spouse should be your best friend, but be respectful.
One big red flag in a person.
I would say bad temper. Maybe how he treats his staff in the office. Maybe how he treats his staff at home. Bad temper. That would put me off completely.
I feel it's a big red flag when they're not close with their family. Something I've thought about a lot recently is that the way that a person will be with me is very often a mirror of what they saw in their family, in their parents. So I always looked at that person's parents to see, did they have a nice marriage? Will he replicate those same systems that he saw growing up? And I also understand that, your attachment style is heavily influenced by your mother and your father. And that's your initial blueprint of how to be in a romantic relationship. So I would actually look to their parents first before making a decision about that person.
I would say integrity. To me, that's most important. Honesty and integrity. If I see that that's missing in a person, for me, that would be a big, big negative.
Biggest regret in your relationship?
I think having ego sometimes. One thing I've learned in life, in relationships, is that to put my ego aside, and I wish I had learned that earlier, I guess.
No regret in my relationship. I just feel maybe as soon as I got married, I should have started working immediately. I did not. I did it after a couple of years. But as such, no regret per se in the relationship.
No, none at all. None at all. Absolutely.
Best day or moment with your significant other?
He went to US. My son was born and we left him with my parents and he went to US for like almost a year and I joined him in April. It was a long travel, from here to there. It was a long travel and he came to receive me. And then I know when I laid on in bed, in my feet there was one packet which I had to open. There was one packet under the pillow which I had to open. And when I reached, he gave me one packet. All 3 different gifts, which I remember that very vividly. That was so nice.
There are many, so it's difficult for me to pinpoint one. But I'd say our 25th wedding anniversary celebrations were special because Ajay had made a huge effort and had arranged this wonderful trip that we went to. And that has been just an outstanding part of our story.
No comments. No, I don't have an answer, genuinely. Okay.
On that note, we're gonna end this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed shooting it. Please like this video and subscribe to Verona for more such content. Verona, matchmaking reimagined.